Alright, what's going on, everybody? So, this is going to be my review for the second episode of Noblesse. And this week's episode has two titles: A Reason to Fight and Nobility. With this week's episode, we get the introduction of two nobles, Regis and Sarah. I guess that's how you pronounce her name. I think it's pronounced Sarah. I could be totally wrong with that, so apologies. But with this week's episode, we get the introduction of those two characters, and then we also get the backstory. We get a bit of history when it comes to how how the nobles have basically their role throughout history. And just overall, I thought this week's episode was very interesting. I thought it was entertaining. It might not have been enough action for some people. I enjoyed it. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I think that the introduction of these two nobles is gonna with the introduction of Regis and Sarah, I think that they're gonna add a bit of mystery. Like they've already added a bit of mystery and intrigue to the story, to the proceeding of things, especially with this week's episode, because at first we don't really know what they're after, and I'll try to keep the spoilers at a minimum. But I like the introduction of these two characters, much like I want to say much like Rye. They don't really say much, but they definitely say. Honestly, I think they said more than I think Regis and Sarah said more than Rye in this episode, which is which is I don't think it's really saying much, but yeah, those two, as far as like their personality goes, we didn't get too much from Sarah. We do know we did get a lot more. I think Regis had a lot more to say, and we got a bit more of his personality. I think Sarah is a bit more stoic, a bit more quiet, if anything. Regis, I do like that bit at the end. I do like at the end, Regis and M21, they're bickering. I hope that that's like a running thing throughout the show. I think that's gonna be like something similar to like if you guys have seen One Piece, I think it could be something similar to Zoro and Sanji and how they don't get along. And to just give another comparison, like Tower of God, Anak and a Dorsey, how they sort of kind of butt heads. I think that will kind of add something to it. And then the whole, like I said, I'm gonna try to kind of tiptoe around some things because I'm trying my hardest not to spoil some stuff. But Tashiro, and this is what's weird. I guess they didn't say his name last time. They kept referring to him as you. So I guess we're going with Tashiro this week. Tashiro, he gets in another fight, and I gotta say, like I said, this might have not had it might not have had enough action for everybody, but for me, for some odd reason, Tashiro, he's kind of growing on me. From watching the OVA, I didn't really know what to expect with this dude because he didn't really stand out, to be honest. But now I'm getting a bit more of his personality. And even though like the way that I look at this guy, I just keep seeing Ichigo with red hair, but honestly, the guy can kick some butt, man. I mean, honestly, he surprised me in this episode when he slammed dude. I'm not gonna say what else happens after that, or like in between the fight. I'm not gonna describe the fight, but I thought it was a very entertaining fight. Now, animation wise, I thought everything was fine. Nothing super impressive, but this episode was, like I said, episode was entertaining. His whole fight where Tashiro had to basically take on all of those thugs. I thought that was pretty cool. Um, like I said, Regis, we had a scene where Regis and M21 they were fighting, and what Regis and Sarah are after. J- j- uh, just to kind of give just a little bit of context, they're after the coffin. They want to know. They want to know about the coffin, and that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. But overall, I thought this week's episode was pretty good. Oh yeah, and another thing I have to also point out that was in the episode. So Frankenstein and Rye, they hide their identity because they notice as soon as Regis and Sarah, they show up. They notice, these aren't regular kids. There's something up with them. So they're like, okay, we're not going to tell them who we are, and they definitely don't know. Once Regis and Sarah they meet Rye, and they meet Frankenstein. When they meet Frankenstein, they don't notice who Frankenstein is, but when Regis notices when he notices Rye, he notices completely. He's like, okay, this guy, he's on the same level as us, or like something's up with this dude. He's definitely just like us or something. So, um, but yeah, I would say overall, I thought this was very entertaining. I like the introduction of these two new characters. I think they'll add something. I think they'll add something to the dynamic because we're starting to see uh, this group of friends, this big group kind of form here, and someone did point out last week that there are two female characters that are, I guess, supposed to be also part of the group. That uh, he told me, somebody in the comment section was like, I hope that they don't exclude them. Now there was the female that was in the OVA. We haven't seen her yet, so I assume maybe she can be coming next week or whatever. But yeah, like I honestly thought, given how last week's episode ended, I thought that we were going to be getting a. I thought we were going to be getting, uh, the characters that were in the Union. Those characters, I thought that they were going to be. I thought that we were going to be getting uh, those characters attacking maybe the school, or some type of conflict with the characters from the Union that got sent after the coffin. So yeah, I guess we're gonna be getting that maybe next week or maybe a few more weeks. Maybe it's gonna be a slow burn to that, and maybe that's for the best. Because honestly, like I said, I like this episode. I like what they gave us. Um, Other than that, I think I touched on everything. Hopefully, I'm not forgetting anything. So overall, I thought the backstory that we got with the nobles, I thought that was pretty interesting. Once again, this show has a lot of familiar elements to it, but overall, what I'm seeing right now is it's interesting. It's interesting. It's entertaining. I can't hate on it. It was a pretty good episode. I mean, like I said, and I don't mean to regurgitate. There might be some people that felt like this is just kind of but it was a pretty good episode to me. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm not gonna keep y'all long this week. Thank you guys for watching, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe, share the video out. That would definitely help me. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys next. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.